Next session, Jamila, are you ready? Let's bring her in here. Hey, can you hear me?
Hey, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Awesome. Good to have you. Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks for waiting patiently. We're a few minutes behind today, but we are ready for you to show us the goods around reviews. I'm really excited because social proof and reviews, something we haven't covered yet. Most of all of our sessions today, by the way, for those that may not have noticed, are all about that on-site experience. So yesterday was a lot of channel marketing, figuring out how to get traffic to the site. Today, it's really all about conversion. And this is going to be one of those talks where you're going to be jotting down notes nonstop to make sure that you're optimizing your conversion rate. Jamila, I'm going to add your screen here and I will let you take it away.
Cool. Thanks for having me. So my name is Jamila. I am from Farah Product Reviews. So we help you display and manage reviews. And in this presentation, I am going to show you how you can turn your product reviews into social posts that gets likes, follows, and sales. So there's an ebook as well if people want to download it. So you can take notes, but there's also an ebook that you're going to be able to download as well. So what you're going to learn is how you can gather and manage product reviews, the best type of reviews to ask for depending on your brand, and then how to repurpose your reviews to get more sales, because that's kind of what we're all about. I mean, nobody wants to spend a lot of time on social media if it's not going to have an ROI. So we can just talk about why reviews are so powerful. It can do wonders for your business, and it plays an essential part in encouraging engagement and helping customers make decisions. So the stats on the screen, about 80% of customers read a review before making a purchase. And most people say that their buying decisions of whether or not they're going to buy are influenced by reviews. And I mean, I'm sure we've all had the experience where we're like, oh, I want to buy this. I don't know if it's good. Let me look at the reviews. Let me see what people are saying on Facebook. Let me see what people are saying on Instagram. We all know that looking at reviews is super important to the purchase decision. So now we're going to talk about a little bit how to gather reviews. So if you're kind of new and you don't know where to start because you need reviews in order to repurpose them, I'll just kind of go through how you can gather some of your reviews. So the first thing you want to do is you want to make it easy to leave a review. A lot of people will use email marketing, and you want to make it so that people can just like one click and get a reward. It's really easy for them to leave a photo or a video. So that's the first thing that you have to do. And then also having like a link on your product page is going to be very easy. You want to make it so that your customers don't feel like they have to put in a lot of effort to leave a review, because if they do, then you're not going to get as many reviews. So once you do get reviews, you want to make sure that you show your appreciation. Buyers really want to see that e-commerce stores are engaging with their customers. So saying something like, thanks for your review, and mentioning something specific about their review is going to be really important. If you have negative reviews, you should still respond to them. We have blog posts on Farah.ai about how you can respond to positive and negative reviews, but just make sure that you're responding to all of them. And it makes it seem like your business truly values your customer's opinion. So the other thing is to make sure that you ask and you follow up. So most people will leave a review if they're asked. So you just want to be polite, make sure that you have some kind of automation set up. Again, going back to making it easy to leave a review so that you can repurpose them for social later. And of course, with Farah, you can set up one-time campaigns for past customers or automated campaigns, but just make sure that you're asking. A lot of people, especially new businesses, are scared to ask for reviews, but it's really, really important just to ask. Most people will say yes. And also making sure that you follow up after. Some people are busy, so you want to make sure that you're following up. And if you use something like Route or something like that, then you know when your customers have gotten their packages. Sometimes you can follow up after like 5 days of them receiving their package, something like that. But make sure that you follow up. And then the other thing is to offer an incentive. There's nothing wrong with like just asking people nicely, but it's always great to sweeten the pot. So you can offer things like discounts, loyalty points, cash back. If you have something like Smile, you can use that. That's a really popular one. So just seeing what your customers are going to resonate with is going to be super important for gathering those reviews. Okay. So then when you have your reviews, you want to make sure that you're managing them and you want to show off your reviews. So I'll just breeze through this. You can do it on an all reviews page, a product page, which is mostly, and just for the record, this is my store. I sell jewelry. So these are like the reviews that I put on my page. And then you can also do things like have an average rating badge on your page and in your collection. So, or you can have like an average store rating. These are all things that build trust, and that's going to help you improve your sales. And then you also want to track and moderate your reviews. So you can say like, oh, I only want to show or automatically approve certain reviews. So you can do that. But now let's talk about the best types of reviews to ask for your store. So like if you're going to repurpose your reviews for social, which we're going to talk about, like how to repurpose text, how to repurpose photos and videos, it's really important to understand the types of reviews that you should ask for based on your store before you start to show that on social media. And of course, a lot of this is going to go back to your customer avatar. So you're going to ask yourself, like, where are my customers showing up? And again, the type of business that you have. So the first is something like text and store reviews. Those are the most basic types of reviews that you can ask for. And those are really good, like if your store is focused on customer service. So for example, there's like this appliance store that uses Farah, and they mostly collect text reviews because they're mostly focused on like fast delivery, sometimes installation. So having text reviews is great for like if your product is kind of boring, but it's really focused on the customer service. And then the other thing is like if you have similar products. So let's say, for example, you sell like printed tees that have different designs on them. And a lot of the reviews are going to be about like the quality or like how fast it ships or something like that. And then the other thing is if you're reselling things like brand names. So a lot of people know, like, for example, I have this Swell water bottle. I know that a Swell water bottle is a Swell water bottle, but maybe your store offers a better experience, or maybe your store offers like really good packaging or something when you're reselling brand name products. So that's if you have if you have any of these types of elements in your store, you should be asking for text reviews. And then there are photo and video reviews, which are very, very powerful, especially when you're going to be using them to generate sales on social media. You want to be using photo reviews and asking for photo reviews if you are like a fashion or lifestyle brand, especially if you have a wide size range. So there's a store called Buttercream Clothing, and they have a very wide size range. And a lot of times people want to see, what does this look like on somebody who's 5'7" and 150 pounds? What does this look like on somebody who's like 5'4" and 200 pounds or something like that? So definitely fashion and lifestyle based. The other reason you are going to want to ask for photo reviews is if your product can be used in a lot of different ways. So if you sell something and people can style it different ways, or they can use it in different ways, you want people to share videos on how they use it. And then if you're looking to generate user-generated content for social media, you definitely want to be asking for photo and video reviews. Like that's going to be your primary purpose, especially if you are heavy on the social and you know that your customers are hanging out on something like Instagram or TikTok. You definitely want to be asking for as many photo and video reviews as humanly possible. Okay, so now we can talk about exactly how to repurpose your reviews. So let's see. Okay, so the first thing that you can do is if you already have reviews on something like Google or Facebook, you can repurpose those and import them to your store. So that's going to be a really great low entry way to repurpose your reviews to make a lot more sales. So I'll just show you like an example. You can add a testimonial review. So we have this integration with Google My Business, and you can import all of those into your store. And that's going to be a really great way to show and build trust on your store, especially if you don't have photo reviews right away. It's still a good way to say, okay, people trust my store and I have these testimonials. So you can take it from third-party websites and then put it on your store. So that's going to be one of the first ways that you can repurpose reviews on your website. Then we can talk about how to repurpose reviews to your social media. So if you already have photo and video reviews, you can repost them to Instagram stories. And a lot of people will say like, oh, I gave my customer a 20% discount to give me a photo, and I'm just going to post it to stories and it's going to be gone in 24 hours. Well, the other thing that you can do is you can post them to Instagram stories and then add them to your highlights. So this is a good way to go about things. If your customers are sending you pictures that aren't super high quality, but they still show your product in use, and you don't kind of want it on your feed because it's like not good enough for your feed, you can also add it to your Instagram stories, and then you can go ahead and repurpose those to your highlights. So here's just an example of a lady who bought some jewelry from us, and she posted it, and like we wouldn't post that on our feed, but it's good for stories. And then we added it to the highlights, and then you can just go through and say, and you can show people exactly how other people are using and wearing your products. So that's a really great way to repurpose photo reviews specifically for Instagram. And then again, I want to reiterate that you want to make sure that you're posting to places where your customers are already hanging out. So this is just one example. Okay, so we can talk about text-based reviews. Text-based reviews can do well on Facebook when you add something like product photos. And then I said, PS, you can also use these for ads. So I ran a dynamic ad campaign like a couple months ago, and it actually had a pretty good return on ad spend. I sent people to the all reviews page, and it had a pretty decent return on ad spend. So that's something that you can also do. If you only have text reviews, you can add those to Facebook. So I'll just show you an example of another customer that has used text reviews. So you can just put it in a post, and then you can see kind of at the bottom, like down here, that she has a professional picture of her product. So that's another way that you can repurpose text reviews. If you don't want, like if you feel like your customers aren't giving you high quality photo reviews, or you're just like not really interested in giving additional discounts for photo and video reviews, you can just do text reviews and put them on Facebook. And you can also do that on Twitter too. So if you know your customers are on Twitter, you can do the exact same thing. Now, the next thing is video reviews. So video reviews can be incorporated into longer YouTube videos. So if you're doing like a product demo or something like that, or they can be uploaded with trending music on hashtags and hashtags on TikToks or Reels. So I think that there was another presentation on TikTok. You definitely want to be using trending music. Sometimes you can turn it down pretty low and then have your own voiceover and it'll still show up. So this is just an example. I don't have the video, but this is an example of an influencer doing a review of the, Disney face mask collection. So that's something that you can do if you have good quality. Actually, even for TikTok, it doesn't have to be that good quality, but if you have those videos, you can just repurpose them. So the things that I want you to, the dog's here. The thing that I want you to take away is that you can cross-post reviews to your social media and your website, and you can import third-party reviews to your website. And then you always want to be using user-generated content where you can, because this is, again, it's going to help improve brand trust, and it's definitely going to make people see how they can use your own product for themselves. And then I just want to give you a couple more examples. So here's Inkbox, and they post their social media photos to their website. So that's something that you can do. And again, showing exactly your product in use, it inspires customers to buy from you. And then Kinky Yaki uses influencer marketing. So you can see the products that they're tagged in. And that one post got like 3,900 likes. So that's one thing that you are probably going to want to look into. And then I have a video on YouTube on how you can use influencer marketing, find influencers, work with them, etc. And then Macys uses user-generated content on their Instagram. So you can see that they've added that content to their feed because that kind of fits within their aesthetic. But again, if you are not interested in having lower quality photos on your feed, then put them on your stories. And then this is a good one. Boob Tape uses user-generated content on Pinterest. So again, their customers are on Pinterest, so you can also put these photos where your customers are going to be. Then we can talk about how you can grow your reviews. So now you kind of know like what types of reviews to get, why they're so important, how you can repurpose them. Maybe you have a couple already, but you really want to grow and scale so that you can have a good presence on social media. So you should be doing all that you can to encourage your customers to give you a review, share your product in use, and you really want to be creating an emotional connection with your customer. And again, you want to engage with them on social media. So like if somebody's posting on Instagram and tagging you, make sure that you are connecting with them. So the first thing that you're going to want to do to get more reviews organically is to create an amazing unboxing experience. There are a lot of really cool companies like No Issue or Arca Packaging that you can work with in order to create that really good experience that people want to whip out their phone and take a picture of it, add it to Instagram, add it to wherever. And then you want to also ask for a photo after product delivery. So for example, with Farah, you can say, send an email reminder 10 days after I fulfilled the product, because you know that that's when your product is going to show up. And then you can also integrate with something like Klaviyo. We have an integration for that. So you can ask for an email that way. And then again, we talked about some incentive ideas. You can do discounts, cashback, loyalty points. I didn't talk about free items before, but if you have like a low cost item, you can say like, get a free bracelet when you leave a review or something like that. So really incentivizing people to leave you their best review. And then the other thing is you want to incentivize people more for something like a video and a photo than text, because it's a lot more effort and like nobody wants to do something for nothing. Okay, and then the other thing that you can do is set up a loyalty program that incentivizes people to follow you on social, tag you in a photo, and refer a friend. So this is going to get you a lot more likes. This is going to get you a lot more shares. It's going to get you a lot more referrals. So you can really integrate your reviews and your loyalty program that way and create this organic community of people who love you. And then you can create a unique hashtag. So when people tag you, it'll show up on social. And this is also a really great way that you can engage with your customers and see exactly how they're using your product. Because when you see how people are using your product, like for example, this layering of the necklaces, we started coming out with like layered necklaces. And then these bracelets, now we have 3 sets of bracelets. So like you can get a lot of customer insight when you ask people to show you how they're using your product. Like these are things that you probably would never know unless they showed you. And then again, putting these customer Instagram photos on your website is going to be really important. So in Farah, if you add widgets to your website, we can tell you how customers are interacting with them and kind of the influence revenue. So like this widget is on my site. I personally have it there to encourage people to say like, oh, look, these are people that look like you that are buying our things. But it does help to influence revenue. Okay, so then this is like the how you can use Farah if you want to. And then I will give you a discount code at the end for 60 days for free. And then a link to the ebook. I'll make sure that I put it in the chat. So basically with Farah, if you decide to try us out, you can grow your reviews by setting up an ongoing campaign, adding incentives, customizing what is in your message, all that kind of stuff. It's like super easy. Almost anybody can use it as long as you like know how to use the internet. You can use our interface. So you can set up review request campaigns through email. And then like I said before, if you want to integrate with Klaviyo, you can do that too. And then we also help you showcase really easily. So we have like a point and click. If you're a little bit more advanced, you can use HTML mode. A lot of our stores are not really interested in using development hours to add product reviews. So we have a really nice, easy point and click that anybody can use. And then you can learn. So throughout, we've been talking about like testing. Derek was talking about how there's this one company that never failed an A/B split test. You can test all the widgets that you want of Farah's to see what works for you, what works for your customers, what does and what doesn't. And we'll kind of show you exactly if it's a winner or if it's not a winner. And it's really easy to see how the widgets are converting to your revenue and your conversion rate. And then again, we have like good reporting. So you can see like what your conversion rate is, how many unique shoppers you have. You can do it by month. We have really cool shopper journeys too. So you can kind of spy on your customers and see where they are clicking, what they're interacting with. It's very, very useful for optimizing your website. And then you can try Farah for free for 2 months. You can go to this little link. You should use the tracking code so I know where you guys came from because that's my job. And then I will also make sure that I get the link for the ebook and I'll post it. It's just here.
I already put it up.
Oh, you did? Okay, well, okay.
Our version of it. They're both the same, but we've got the ebook linked to everyone because we have it up on in our ebook library as well. So,
nice. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. So yeah, that's like basically it. I hope that there were enough examples in there for people that they could see like how they could use reviews in their social media and really create a good connection with their customers, because that's really what you want to do for the longevity of your business. So that's it. That's it for me.
I love it. And, when I'm talking with merchants and I see that they don't have a review system in place, or maybe even something like they have reviews, but they're not getting photo reviews. And then, or maybe they are getting reviews, but they're not putting the reviews up on their Instagram feed, right? They're kind of underutilized. It's like, we'll go through this process with every merchant. We look at the tiers of how they're using reviews to make sure they're getting the most out of it. So your presentation is like how to actually, like how to square this away once and for all, because it's a really important piece of the e-commerce stack. And it's just something that, sadly, I think all brands kind of understand that they should get reviews, but there's always this like double-edged sword. Well, when I'm starting, I'm just going to have like one review on a product. That's going to look so bad. It's like, well, you have to get the first review in order to get the 100th review. You can't.
That's true. That is true. Well, and then the other thing is, like, if you don't have reviews, you can always show reviews from similar products, or you can hide 0 reviews. So like there are ways to kind of make it so that you don't have any negative social proof, and like adding reviews from similar products, if you're selling like a lot of the same product, is going to be useful, because it's really about like building that trust with your customer, so they feel like they can, like, if I give you my money, am I going to get a product that I want? And that's what the reviews are for. So just similar reviews is also useful there.
And I think photo and video reviews are really like the way forward, and really incentivizing those, and then turning them into ads and all that stuff. You can even stitch together like 10 or 15 independent photo or video reviews and turn that into just like a top performing ad, and they work really well, especially for retargeting ads. If you're not doing that now, test it out.
Exactly. And you can test it for super cheap, and you can like make Facebook do all the work and just see like what people are resonating with. So it's
for sure. Awesome. Lydia asks, how long is this link good for, the 2-month free offer? Any contingencies on this?
No, it is good for as long as
the internet works.
As long as it stays up. Yeah, as long as we're on the internet, this link is good. So
that's awesome. And
you can test it and do whatever. You can test Farah. There's a free version too, so you can test it on your site, and whenever you're ready to upgrade or whatever, you can still use the 2 months. Yeah,
that's amazing. That's so awesome. And I think reviews should be set up from the beginning. So Lydia, if you don't have a review tool yet, get ready to try Farah out very soon, because you have to have something in place. If you're looking at it as an alternative to an existing solution, that always comes down to, as you may have heard in my session, look at the feature set, the integrations, and what you're trying to get out of it, which I think in switching to Farah, it's going to likely be more reviews, more photo and reviews specifically, and then also connecting with the channel.
Yeah, because that's the feature. Like, nobody wants to read anything anymore. It's way too much effort. Just show me, and that's it. That's all I want.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jamila. We're going to move right into our next session.